Hello everyone, you're welcome to Blenora Fashion Line. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, in today's video I am Blessing Banjo. So in today's video we'll be learning how to draft a basic bodice blog. We'll be learning how to draft a basic bodice blog, and I would like you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I would also appreciate if you like this video, and don't forget to give me a comment. Ask me questions in the comment section, and I'll be willing and ready to respond to your questions in the comment section. Thank you. So let's dive right into this tutorial. As I said earlier, I will be learning how to draft a basic bodice blog, and the method we'll be using is the bust dart technique. Before we begin, I want to draw a guideline. So instead of using this hedge here, I would like to draw a guideline. So I'll call it a guideline, which will be my guideline throughout this pattern drafting. And I'm doing this because I don't want to use the hedge here. I have my guideline already. Also, the sewing tools we need. You need your French curve, you need your pattern master, pencil, eraser. These are the basic, and your measuring tape and your pattern paper. These are the basic tools you need in this class. You also need a tracing wheel. But for this class, these are what we'll be making use of. Now let's go through the measurement. The bust is 36, the waist is 30, the front front half blouse is 17, back half blouse is 15.5, shoulder is 15, bust span is 8. Bust span is also known as nipple to nipple, and bust point is 10. These are the basic measurements you need for drafting a basic bodice blog. So now the next thing we have to do is to create a rectangular shape, is to draw a rectangle. So this is how you begin. You draw a rectangle. And how do you draw this rectangle? You look at your round measurement. I'm talking about the round measurement. You know, the round measurement is the waist, the hip, the bust, and some under bust circumference. You know, these are the round measurements I'm talking about. So you look at it and you look at the highest. Now for this, now the round measurement we have here is just the bust and waist, and the highest is 36. So you go for 36. If your highest round measurement is your waist measurement, it means you're using your waist measurement. I hope you understand this now. So for here, my highest round measurement is 36, so I'll use 36. So this 36 now, the next thing I'll do is to look at the vertical measurement. So the rectangular shape is the round measurement against the vertical measurement. I hope you understand. Now after getting the highest round measurement, which is bust, the next thing is to look at the horizontal measurement. And when we are saying horizontal measurement, it has to do with your half blouse length. That's what we are talking about. It has to do with your bust point, your under bust length. I hope you understand me. So this is what I'm talking about. So the highest horizontal measurement here is 17, which is my front half blouse. It is 17. And the highest here is 36. So for the 36, we won't use 36. What we'll do is this. You divide your bust into 2. 36 divided by 2 is 18. Then you add 2 inches. So that's 18 plus 2. 18 plus 2 is 20. 18 plus 2 is 20. So the next thing is and then you look at your horizontal element, which is the highest is 17. So that will be 20 by 17. So that's the rectangular shape we'll be drawing now. I hope you understand. So the rectangular shape we'll be drawing is 20 by 17. 20 this way, 17 this way. Remember, vertical and horizontal. So that's the rectangular shape we are drawing. So we are drawing 20 here. I hope you're following me. So mark 20 here, like so. So we have a rectangular shape. We have a rectangular shape. Now that we have this shape, the next thing is, remember, this is 20, this is 17. So the next thing is to divide this 20 into 2. And the reason why we are dividing it into 2 is because we need the front and back. So dividing this into 2, now we have 10. 20 divided by 2, we have 10. Yeah. So after doing this, the next thing we have to do is to get our neck width. Our neck width is 3. The standard neck width measurement is 3 for both the front and back. 3 inch. So let me, for emphasis sake, let me write here, this is the front F and this is back. So you can decide to make this space your front, you can decide to make this space your back. It depends on whatever you want. You can decide to make your right side your front and your left side your back. So it depends on you. So I'm making this space the front and back. So now that we've gotten the mark our neck width measurement, the next thing is to get the shoulder, and the shoulder is 15. Shoulder is 15. You divide it into 2, you have 7.5. Here we have 7.5. Remember, all measurements are in inches. So 7.5. The next thing is for the front, we have to slant it. Because the reason is because our shoulder is not straight. You can't leave your shoulder this way. So we have to come down. So we have to slant it. And then you have to slant this. You can, for the front, you come down by 1 inch. I'll mark it. For the back, the front is actually very slanted. The front is very slanted than the back. So for the back, I'll come down by half. So the back is half, the front is 1. So the next thing I'll do is to just connect them together. I'll connect from this neck width. That's the essence of marking the neck width. From the neck width, I will connect it like this. I'll connect the neck width to this place. For the front, I'll do the same. From the 3 neck width, remember, we're marking from the neck width, and then I'll slant. I hope you're following me. So after doing this, the next thing now is to get our chest line. Our chest line. In order to do this, you divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5. That's the formula. The formula is your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. The bust we're working with is 36 divided by 6. That is 6 plus 1.5. That's 7.5. So you mark your 7.5 from here. If you mark it from here, that's 8.5. If you're starting from the guideline, that would be 8.5. I hope you understand. So you'll be marking 8.5 for the front and back. So we call this line the chest line. We call this line the chest line. I hope you're following me. So the next thing now is to mark our bust point. Our bust point is 10. Some people call bust point from shoulder 10. So we mark it for the front and back. Now we have 10. We have 10. 10 inch, 10 inch, 8.5. Remember from here that's 7.5. So the next thing is to just let's mark this place also. Remember the shoulder is 7.5. So this is 7.5. 7.5. We need to draw a straight line. So what I'm doing is to just mark the 7.5 here also. I need a straight line. So I've been able to do this for the front and back. Now having done this, I want us to come to the back. Remember the technique we are using is the bust dance pattern drafting technique. And there's something you have to know, that your front half length is longer than the back in most cases. In most cases, the front half length is usually longer than the back. So for mine now, I want you to actually do an exercise. I want you to type a rope. If you have 2 measuring tape, I want you to take 1 measuring tape, tie it at your waist line, the tiniest part of your waist, and then tie it very well. Then take another measuring tape, measure from your shoulder to that measurement for the front, measure from the shoulder to the back. I want you to type it down in the comment section. Let me know your front half length and back half length. So my front half length, if you do that, you would notice that your front and back are not equal. So my front half length is 17, which you already did here. My back half length is 15.5. So that's why I said focus on the back. So we'll mark 15.5. We'll mark 15.5. So this is, we are cutting this hole. Now after working on this, let's go to the neck. Let's work on the neckline. For the back, I'm using 1 inch. The neck depth for the back, I'm using 1 inch, and for the front, I'm using 3. So this is where my French curve comes in. I'll connect. Yeah, the next stage now is to tighten the back. So the reason why you have to do this, don't skip this. The reason why you have to do this is to avoid zipper bulge at the back. If you want a very straight zipper at the back, where your back lays very flat, you have to tighten the back. So to do this, I'll tighten my back by 0.5. So that's, I'm going to do 50% tightening. 50% tightening. So do you see where I'm marking? And then you can come down by 3 inch at the back, 3 inch, and then connect to your 0.5. Yes. So we've been able to tighten the back. It means we are cutting off this side. So the next thing is to just impute our measurement. And to do this, the bust is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So I'll mark my 9 for the front. For the back, I'll mark my 9. And while marking my 9, I will start from where I tightened. I will not start from here. So that's 9. I will start from where I tightened. I'll mark my 9. For the waist is 30. 30 divided by 4 is 7.5. So marking my 7.5 now, I'll mark my 7.5. I'll mark it. I'll also mark here 7.5. But remember, we're still going to take our dart. So the dart intake, I'll be taking 1.5. So I will add 1.5 to this. Remember, I'm taking our dart, and then here also I will add my 1.5 dart intake. 1.5 is the dart intake. I'll also connect here like so. Yes. So let's work on the dart now. Let's do the dart. So for the dart, my bust span is 8. So I'll mark 4 here. Here I'll mark 4. For the back also, I would remember I'm starting from where I tightened. So if I'm going to start from where I tightened, that will be 4.5. Remember, I did 0.5 tightening, so that will be 4.5 here also. So as to be on the same side, that will be 4.5, 4.5. Then I'll connect together. That's for the back. The front, I'll come down by 0.5 and then connect to my waistline. So remember when we were working on this seam line, remember we did the waist is 30, we divided by further 7.5 and we added 1.5. So it means that for the dart, I'm taking 0.75 on both sides. I'm taking 0.75 on both sides. That's my dart intake. I'm taking 0.75 on both sides. 0.75 plus 0.75 is 1.5. I hope you understand. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can be aware when I post new video. So we've been able to work on the dart. Now, after working on the dart, we are almost done with the basic bodice block. The next thing is to work on the arm hole. So in order to work on the arm hole, we need to get the upper chest line. We need to get the upper chest line. Remember, this is 7.5. So what you just do is you divide 7.5 into 2. That is 3.75. So you mark it. You do the same for the back, 3.75. You also mark. So let's connect this together. So that's the upper chest line. The upper chest line. Please, if there's any part you don't understand, kindly backward the video. So now that we have gotten it, so for the front, we are going in by 0.5. We mark. For the back, we are going in by 0.25. The reason is because the back is wider. The back is wider than the front. The across back is usually wider than the front. So you connect it from this slanted line. You connect it. You also connect. So after doing that, we connect to the chest line. The last stage is to work on the bust dart. the bust start. And how do you get the bust start? Remember I said we are using the bust start technique. The bust start is the difference between the front half blouse and back half blouse, and the difference between the front half blouse and back half blouse is 1.5. So what do? You first ensure that you have this seam line connected before you do your bust start. Always ensure this seam line is connected. So what you do is you start from your bust point. From your bust point, you mark your 1.5. You take your bust start at the front. That's where the bust is. We don't have any business with the back. So you connect it to, you come down here. You also come down by 0.5. Remember here we came down by 0.5, so here also we are coming down by 0.5, and then you connect. So we have our bust start. Now I'm very sure when I actually started talking about the front and back not being equal, and we having 15.5 here and having 17, someone might be thinking that, oh, how are they going to align? Don't worry, they will align as a result of this bust start. This 1.5 inch difference that we have taken away will make the back and the front, will make it align. I hope you understand. So since you have taken your bust start here now, it means they will align. Let me separate this into two. Let me separate because I need to show you. So I'm able to separate the front and back. Let's cut the back. So I've been able to cut the front and the back. I've been able to cut the front and the back. So I just want to show you that the back and the front, when you close this bust start now, closing this now, closing this, what you do is you fold this dark leg here, this one, you fold it, and you see, you follow your line, and then you ensure it meets this edge. It ensure it meets your bust point. You ensure your dart leg is resting on it. Honestly, it's very easy. You ensure it is resting on this. Can you see? Mine is resting already. So can you see that? Mine is resting on it. So after that, let me use a tape to hold it down. So I'll be able to hold this down with a tape. Did you notice that when after holding it down, this and this did not match up? So what I'll do is I'll connect them together again like this. I'll connect it from this chest line where my bust is connected, then I'll connect it. So I've been able to connect it. That was why when I was cutting, I didn't cut everything along this line. I ensured I left some space before cutting because of this. So what you do now is, let's cut it out. Remember, I'm trying to explain that it will match. So if you place them beside each other, did you see? Can you see? So placing the front and back, the front and the back, placing it beside each other now, can you see that they match together? let me hold this with my scissors so you can, let me hold this, and then let me hold this so you see. Can you see that they match together? So that's what I'm trying to, once you close your bust, that once you sew it, it would match together. So let me know in the comment section if you want to learn how you can transfer this to your fabric. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, Blenora Fashion Line. You can also follow me on all my social media handles, Blessing Banjo, Facebook, Blenora Fashion, and I also have a Facebook group. I have a Facebook group you would love so much, Blenora Fashion Line. Just search on Facebook for Blenora Fashion Line. Also follow me on Facebook, Blessing Banjo. I share fashion tips, fashion insight that you would love.